Welcome to the Geo Trove, where we dig deep into the hidden stories behind the world's most fascinating places. And today, we're heading north, way north, to a place where mountains scrape the sky, the sun doesn't set for weeks, and moose outnumber people. Yep, we're talking about Alaska. But Alaska isn't just America's biggest state. It's a place that almost wasn't American at all. Its story involves empire, gold, oil, war, and one of the most controversial real estate deals in history. So buckle up. We're heading to the last frontier. Let's start with the fact that never fails to surprise people. If you cut Alaska in half, each half would still be larger than Texas. Alaska is 663,000 square miles. It's like taking California, Texas, and Montana and smashing them together. It borders no other U.S. state, but it's closer to Russia than it is to the rest of America. On a clear day, from the islands of the Aleutian Chain, you can actually see Russia across the Bering Strait, just 55 miles away. Alaska's geography is like a natural masterpiece carved over millions of years. There's Denali, the tallest mountain in North America at over 20,000 feet, the Inside Passage, a maze of fjords and islands perfect for ships weaving through icy waters. And of course, the Arctic tundra, where the ground is frozen solid most of the year, but life somehow thrives anyway. To live here is to live with extremes. In Barrow, now called Utqiagvik, the sun disappears for 67 straight days in winter, and then refuses to set for 80 days in summer. Imagine trying to sleep when it's 2 a.m. and still bright enough to mow your lawn. That's Alaska, a land of contrasts. Harsh but beautiful. Remote yet rich beyond belief. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1867, the United States bought Alaska from Russia for just $7.2 million. That's about 2 cents an acre. At the time, newspapers mocked it. They called it Seward's Folly, after Secretary of State William H. Seward, who pushed for the deal. People said he bought a polar bear playground or an icebox full of snow. But Seward had vision. He believed Alaska could one day become a gateway to trade with Asia, a source of natural wealth, and a key strategic point. And he was right. Because just 30 years later, in the 1890s, gold was discovered, sparking the Klondike Gold Rush. Tens of thousands of people poured in, building towns like Skagway and Nome overnight. That was Alaska's first big boom, the moment the frozen wilderness started turning into a frontier of opportunity. Geologically, Alaska is a place where the Earth refuses to sit still. It's home to 130 volcanoes, many of which are still active. The Aleutian Islands form part of the Ring of Fire, one of the most seismically active regions in the world. In 1964, Alaska was hit by the Good Friday earthquake, the second most powerful earthquake ever recorded, at a magnitude of 9.2. It lasted more than 4 minutes and literally reshaped the coastline. But this raw, unpredictable nature also made Alaska what it is, rich in oil, minerals, and life. It's one of the few places where you can see glaciers carving valleys right before your eyes, or watch new islands rise from volcanic eruptions. It's like watching the Earth write its own story in real time. Alaska's location turned it into a key military hub during World War II and the Cold War. During World War II, Japanese forces actually invaded Alaska, capturing 2 of the Aleutian Islands, Attu and Kiska, in 1942. It was the only time since 1812 that foreign troops occupied American soil. Then, during the Cold War, Alaska became a frontline defense post. The U.S. built radar stations, missile sites, and air bases across the Arctic. Because if nuclear missiles came from the Soviet Union, they'd fly right over Alaska first. In many ways, Alaska's remoteness became its greatest strength, a shield between continents. Today, Alaska stands at a crossroads. It's home to enormous oil reserves, especially in Prudhoe Bay, one of the largest oil fields in North America. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline, stretching 800 miles from the Arctic Ocean to the port of Valdez, is a marvel of engineering. But oil is both a blessing and a curse. It brought wealth and jobs, but also debates over environmental impact, especially in places like the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. At the same time, Alaska's indigenous peoples, the Inupiat, Yupik, Tlingit, and many others, continue to shape its cultural identity. Their knowledge of the land, passed down for generations, offers lessons about sustainability and respect for nature that the modern world is only beginning to appreciate. Alaska isn't just a state, it's a reminder of how vast, wild, and powerful the Earth really is, of how small we are compared to the forces that shape our planet. It's a place that defies simplicity, icy yet full of fire, isolated yet globally important, harsh yet breathtakingly alive. So next time you look at a map, don't just see Alaska as that giant block in the corner. See it for what it really is, a world within a world. Thanks for exploring the Geo Trove. If you enjoyed this journey north, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what part of the world we should uncover next. Until then, keep exploring.